Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. In this episode, we're going to finish our study on the poem written by Du Fu, Shi Hao Li. So this episode is about the second half of the poem, and I will write the second half before the camera so you can have a close look at how to write Chinese characters. So I have said this many times before. It doesn't matter if you write those characters perfectly or not. What matters is you have to write with the correct orders. The order is very important. The order is the most important thing if you want to learn how to write Chinese characters. All right, let's begin. The first line of the second half. 有孙母未去，好吗？有孙母未去，出入无完全，无完全。有孙母未去，出入无完全。OK， 有孙母未去，出入无完全。有 we have said this character. There is, there are, right? There is 有。Or I have something. 我有一个。I have a computer. 我有一台电脑。有 I have, right? Or there is, there be, sentence type. 有孙 we have said this before, grandson. 孙 is grandson. 有孙 so in my house the old lady is explaining his situations to those officers, right? So she said, in my house I have a grandson, right? The grandson is still breastfeeding her mother's milk, right? Or his mother's milk. 有孙 I have a grandson, so his mother, 母 mother. So the grandson's mother, that is my daughter-in-law. 母未去 未 means not yet. 未 So because I still have a grandson, so the mother is still with her child. What does it mean? It means that if I don't have this grandson, then my daughter-in-law will divorce or naturally divorce my dead son, because my son has already died in the battlefield, right? So 母未去 because I have this grandson and my daughter-in-law has her kid. So the mother, right? The mother haven't found a new husband yet. 有孙母未去 去 means gone, right? Gone or disappear or divorce my son, something like that. 去 means go away. 去未去 not yet, right? Not yet gone because I have a grandson. 有孙母未去 So this part reveals a very sad fact. That is, in ancient China, if the husband is dead and they don't have a kid, usually the mother won't leave the house, or won't leave her kid, or won't, or can't find a new husband. Or maybe the new husband doesn't like, doesn't want to find a wife with kids, right? That so this sentence implies this level of meaning that is very tragic for women in Chinese history. More so later I will make videos to talk about the situation of Chinese women throughout the history of China. 有孙母未娶，出入无完裙。出入，出 means out, 出 out. 入 means in, out and in or in and out, right? Inside the house or outside the house. 出入。无完裙，无 means we don't have or there is no. 无完裙，完 a complete. This one means a complete or a new or we don't have one decent. Decent what? 裙. In ancient Chinese, 裙 means trousers or pants. But in modern Chinese, 裙 means skirts. So they're different. So the old lady is explaining his tragic situation, his poor, right? His very sad living conditions to the officers. 出入无完全. Inside the house, outside the house, right? We don't have a decent trousers to put on, right? So maybe that's the reason only I can come out to meet you officers, right? Your honor, your officers. I came out because we have only one pants. We have only one trousers, only one pants. So my daughter-in-law and my grandson can't greet you honors, right? Because they don't have trousers. This is the first line. And then 老妪力虽衰. 老 means old, right? 老妪 means the old lady is referring herself, referring to herself as old lady. And me, the old lady, 老妪, it's a humble saying of herself, very humble. 老妪, yeah. 力虽衰. 老妪力虽衰. This li means power or energy. Please, honor, your honor, me, the old lady, although my energy, 虽 means although, right? 虽. Although my energy is weak or I don't have energies, right? I don't have energies. I can't serve you or I can't fight for you. I can't go to the battlefield to fight for you, to fight for the emperor. Although I don't have any energy or I'm very weak. I'm an old lady. 请从立业归. 请 means please. 请从. 从 means I will follow you, right? If you don't despise me or if you don't look down upon me, then I can follow you. 从立 follow you officers, right? 立夜归. So this night I will follow you to your place or to the place you live. Although I don't have any energy or I can't fight for you, but please take me. Don't take my daughter-in-law. Don't take my husband, but take me, please, right? So take me. I'm old. I'm weak, but I could, right? Hurry with you tonight. Hurry to River Brights. River Brights. It's a translation version. 夜归 means 夜, this tonight, this night. 归 to return to your camps, right? To return to where you come from. Oh, that is a very sad poem, right? I don't know if you can feel that. Then 极应河阳役. 极 means because you are the officers are here to, they are conscription officers, right? I have said this many times, conscription officers. So means this job is very urgent, right? Urgent, very urgent. It's called 急应. 应 is a verb. 应 is a verb. It means to respond. I'm willing to follow you to respond your urgent mission. 急应河阳役. Heyang is a place. It's I guess Heyang, the place is a battlefield. It's where the battle is taking place. 河阳役. This yi means the war, right? Or the battles. Yi. 河阳役. To respond the Heyang battles, right, hurriedly. So this 急 can be seen as adverb. 急应河阳役，犹得备晨炊。犹得备晨炊，备晨炊。犹得备晨炊. It means the old lady is explaining to the officers what she can do for them. Right? So that means if you let me, I could be there and cook. 晨炊, 晨 means morning. For example, 早晨好. We know that phrase, right? Greeting phrase. 早晨好 means morning. Morning. 炊 means early meal or morning meal. 炊 means meal. 犹得备. This 备 is a verb to prepare. Yeah, 备 is to prepare morning or early meals for you. Right? 犹得. 犹得. It means if I follow you very quickly and we leave, right? We leave this house. I follow you and return to the place where you want me to be. Maybe I could be there in time. 犹得, it means we can reach that place in time. In time to prepare you early meals. So the old lady is saying or asking the officers to take her, right? To take her to the battlefield to cook for them. 犹得备晨炊. Then the story ends. The story ends there, right? There's no conversation, right? So maybe the old lady was arrested by the officers because the poet himself was hiding or was staying in the house, right? He doesn't know what is happening outside, but only listen, right? Overhear the conversation. So there's no conversation took place. The poet, right, can't record this scene anymore. So the scene ends here. Then comes the ending. 夜久雨声绝. 夜 means the night, right? 夜久雨声绝. 语声 means conversations. 语声 声 is sound. 语 is speaking, the sound of speaking, conversations. 语声绝. 绝 means ends, right? The conversation end. So there's no conversation taking place. So deep 夜久, 夜 the night, 久 here means deep in long night. Deep the night is very deep. Deep in long night, voice or voices fade. Right? There was no voice. There's no one talking there. But the old lady didn't come back, right? So the old lady disappeared. 夜久 deep in the night, 雨声 the voices, 雨声绝 fades. 如闻气幽咽 comes the next line. 如闻气幽咽. Ru it means it seems or I almost. 闻 means to hear, right? 闻 hear. 如闻 it's just like I heard something. I almost hear. 气幽咽. 气 means crying, the sound of crying. 幽 means the action, like when someone is crying, it's like a hush or I don't know how to say that in English. 气幽咽. So 气幽咽 is a series of actions when someone cry, right? You can imagine that. So 语声绝, there is no sound. The sound fades. But one moment earlier, they were talking. They were arguing. The officers were yelling. And then conversation ends there. Although it ends, I almost hear crying, right? Crying and 气咽 or 气幽咽. I can look up that in the dictionary. 抽泣, yeah. 抽泣 in English. Oh, yeah, to sob. 幽咽. So I almost hear just like, although it is quiet outside, but I almost hear because earlier there were very loud voices, right? It's a human experience, right? So the point here is writing his sense, his experience. I almost feel like I still can hear someone who is crying. Maybe the old lady was crying and sobbing, right? So that is the profound of this poem. So everyone is gone. The conscription officers took the lady. They left. But the poet, because he's very nervous in the house, and maybe he's put his ears against the door to listen. The conversation ends, but the poet feels like he almost hears someone still is crying and sobbing. And this action continues. And this action continues. So here's the last line. 天明灯前途. 前途. 天明 means the sun rises. There's daylight. 天明 means 天亮, the daylight, or the next morning. right? So the point is jumping from here, from crying and sobbing. Then suddenly the sun rises. So there's a huge space for you to imagine what happened, right? What happened in between. 天明灯前途，天明灯前途 means morning, right? 灯 means I start, I newly start. My 途 means my road ahead. 前 means ahead. My road ahead. I leave, right? I have to leave, right? 天明灯前途，独与老翁别。独与老翁别。So there's a 老翁 here. 老翁, right? 老翁 is here again. 老翁 and the beginning of the poem. This 老翁, I don't know if you can still remember. 老翁 escaped, right? And then here, 独 means only. Only 别 is a verb to say goodbye. To say goodbye to 老翁. So here we can imagine why the only person to say goodbye to the poet is 老翁, the old man. Why is that? Because the old lady, from the old lady's explanation, in the house, she has a daughter-in-law, right? She has a grandson. So if the poet needs to say goodbye, he has to say goodbye to at least two adults. But here, 独与老翁别, he just said goodbye to 老翁, the old man. Why is that? The reason is the wife, the daughter-in-law, she doesn't have a pants. She doesn't have a pants to wear or to come out to see the guest. Right? That is the one reason I can think of. So the poet only have this old man to say farewell. Okay, this is the whole poem. We have gone through the poem. So Chinese poetry, especially Tang poetry, is very special because the Tang poetry is also divided into two parts. Just like in according to the history itself, divided by the rebellion, the civil war. So before the civil war, the Tang poetry is so splendid, represented by poet Li Bai. Everyone knows Li Bai. And after the 8-year civil war, so the poetry represented by another very great poet, Du Fu, right? So it represents the dark side, the real true side of Tang Dynasty. All right, I will read this second half for you, and if you can repeat after me, that's even better. 有孙母未去，出入无完裙。老妪力虽衰，请从立业归。即应河阳役，犹得被晨吹。夜久雨声绝，如闻泣幽咽。天明灯前途，独与老翁别。Right, I will definitely continue this series of teaching Chinese poems. This is very. I enjoy this process very much. Although I don't have many views to watch this video, I enjoy it very much. All right, I hope you can learn something from this, from Chinese culture, or learn some characters. All right, see you next time.